Well, it doesn't matter where crop prices currently set or potential yields in the field. John Phipps says this time of year makes a lot of farmers anxious. He explains why in John's World this week.
This time of year has always been a mixture of conflicting emotions for me, and I suspect I'm not alone among farmers. Now, we can plod along apathetically earlier in the calendar year, maybe getting some mild excitement from watching the markets and congratulating or, more likely, consoling ourselves. The emotional ramp-up actually really begins when the planters enter the field. For one thing, suddenly weather vaults to the top of our attention priority list. While our little tiny speck of global farmland hasn't been terribly dramatic this year, it has had its moments. We had cool early temperatures which shifted seemingly overnight into a remarkably hot summer with minuscule thunderstorms or drawn-out drop-by-drop drizzles that just barely sustained our hopes. Many of us felt instinctively at that time that otherwise normal-looking crops were already taking a hit. Now, at the end of August, we're whispering corn yield checks and reminding ourselves that nobody can really predict how a soybean field will produce. This year has an additional type of excitement for us. As one of that tier of farms who trade machinery only reluctantly, we are anticipating an event that might only be duplicated a few more times for my son, just like it was for me. A new, one-year-old combine. It's been a few years since I got to actually drive one, but making a 14-year technological leap is challenging even for Aaron. I made what was perhaps a mistake by sitting in the cab recently and pondering the stack of manuals. While touted as taking only 20 minutes to master, the number and complexity of the buttons and screens unnerved even this technophile. At some point in life, it's not a learning curve. It's a cliff. While the excitement of deploying this new tool is real for both of us, we kind of harbor suspicions the capacity of this machine may not be severely tested this fall, which kind of adds a kind of wet blanket effect. Mixing into this muddle of feelings are hints of other things that temper our enthusiasm, like, say, a rail strike right as our elevators fill up. And our muted confidence our fleet of 20-year-old trucks aren't just waiting to present a few bizarre malfunctions. But we have a shiny new adventure ahead of us. And all we have to do is stand here for a few weeks, looking at the fields until we can begin.
Thank you, John. And you can watch his commentary anytime on our Farm Journal YouTube page. All right, when we come back, another look at equipment. Machinery Pete, he has Tractor Tales next.